Good evening. At 7 o'clock, you're listening to the evening news on KKC Radio. I'm Selena.
I'm Rowena.
First, the international news. Rumors circulated earlier this week after local media reported a high-profile figure had arrived on a special train. The visit confirmed by China and North Korea was Mr. Kim's first foreign trip since taking office in 2011. Mr. Kim held successful talks with the Chinese leader Xi Jinping and Beijing, Xinhua reports. The visit is considered a significant step in North Korea's preparations for talks agreed in principle with South Korea and the United States. Last month, President Donald Trump accepted an unprecedented invitation to meet Mr. Kim. Analysts have said North Korean and Chinese leaders will be likely to meet before that summit goes ahead. China is North Korea's main economic ally. Mr. Kim had the following talk after he stepped out of the train.
The visit is purely showing my friendship toward China. I hope that this trip can bring peace and benefits between China and Korea.
Xinhua said Mr. Kim had assured his Chinese counterpart he is committed to denuclearization. North Korea's KCNA news agency called the visit a milestone in improving ties with China.
It was the biggest gun control protest in a generation. Hundreds of rallies were staged across the U.S. and beyond as marches filled the street, calling for the implementation of tighter measures following the deadly mass shooting at a Florida school in February. That incident not only ignited the Never Again movement, but also Saturday's mass demonstrations, which took place under the banner of March for Our Lives, and were led by a rally in Washington, D.C., attended by some 200,000 demonstrators, according to CBS News. One of the most emotionally charged moments came when Emma Gonzalez, one of the student survivors of the mass shooting, took to the podium in Washington, D.C. Ms. Gonzalez, who has been at the forefront of the recent student-led protest, delivered a powerful speech.
6 minutes and about 20 seconds. In a little over 6 minutes, 17 of our friends were taken from us. 50 were injured, and everyone, absolutely everyone, was forever altered. Everyone who's there understands. Everyone who has been touched by the cold grip of gun violence understands. No one could comprehend the devastating aftermath or how far this reached or where this could go. For those who still can't comprehend because they refuse to, I'll tell you where it went. Right into the ground, 6 feet deep.
With fans not just in the US, but as far afield as London, Paris, Mauritius, Tokyo, Stockholm, Sydney, Geneva, and Berlin, the day was made up of powerful messages delivered by articulate students and children, most of whom have already in some way experienced gun violence.
Now, the local news. Taiwan retailers have seen a rush on toilet paper over the weekend as word spread of an imminent sharp price rise. Shoppers use social media to post pictures of empty shelves where the product would usually be. Manufacturers have written to the retailers warning that prices are set to rise by 10% to 30% next month, as extra costs are passed on to the customers. But some shoppers say they bulk bought because of the fears the product will run out, rather than overpriced worries. Here's our Taipei correspondent Molly reporting in Taipei. Good evening, Molly. The toilet paper crisis in Taiwan is really amazing, isn't it?
Evening, Selena. Yes, I'm right now in a local supermarket in Taipei. Let me talk to some shoppers here. I will ask the lady how long she has been lined up to buy the toilet paper and why she is buying so many. Hi, 你好，请问你在这排了多久？为什么要买这么多卫生纸？
我排了10小时，店一开门我就进来了。购买的话，全台大缺货。要是以后上厕所不能擦屁股怎么办？
Basically, she said she had been lined up for 10 hours for the supermarket to open. All toilet paper in Taiwan was sold out. She was also worried that she couldn't wipe her butt if she didn't get any this time.
Thank you for your live coverage from Taipei, Taiwan, Molly.
You're welcome, Selena.
Now, time for our weather broadcast. Jack, are you there?
Yes, so have you purchased any toilet paper yet, Selena?
After all the frenzy, I might consider going to buy some after the session.
Buy some for me, please. I need to warm my butt too.
Okay, tell us about today's weather.
Alright, here's the weather forecast for today. According to Central Weather Bureau forecasters, partly clear conditions over much of Taiwan this evening, with possible showers in the south. Overnight lows will be 23 or 24 for the most part, though the north will see lows of 20. Tomorrow, rainy over most of the country due to the planned rain season, with highs of 29 to 31. Right now it's 24 in Taipei, 25 in Taichung, 27 in Bali, and 30 in Kaohsiung. That's a KKC radio weather forecast. I'm Jack.
Thank you, Jack, and thanks for listening.
Tune in tomorrow at the same time on KKC Radio FM 101. I'm Elwina.
I'm Selena.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.